All right, so the last subtype of disorders that we're going to talk about under the kind of umbrella of anxiety disorders are somatoform disorders. Now, somatoform disorders mean mind-body disorders. Okay, and so what we see with somatoform disorders is this is where the anxiety that your mind is producing manifests itself in a physical way. Okay, so if you get stomach aches when you're anxious, or if you break out when you're stressed, those are all what we call somatic reactions, meaning that there's nothing physically wrong with you. It's your brain somehow influencing and taking out its anxiety in a physical form. So the two kind of subtypes of somatoforms that you need to be aware of are the big one is conversion disorder, okay? And conversion disorder basically means that this mind, say like you see something traumatic and you go blind. Nothing physically wrong with you. Your brain shuts off your ability to see. And the idea behind it is, well, because it's a protection. You can't see anything else bad that's horrible. One of the first cases of conversion disorder was actually a woman whose child died in her arms, and all of a sudden she lost the ability to use her arms. Nothing physically wrong with her. Again, therapists said because her brain is associating her arms with this traumatic thing of losing a child, they stopped kind of associating with them and they just shut it off, and so she couldn't feel them. Now, typically with conversion disorder, once the anxiety alleviates, once therapy and things like that happen, then what we see is that it relieves itself naturally. Okay, so the conversion disorders is typically where you lose physical functioning of something because of some mental kind of anxiety that happens. Now, hypochondrias, is a hypochondriac. This is a disorder where somebody always thinks that something's wrong with them. Well, the problem with this is that if you think something's wrong with you enough, sometimes you can actually induce that. For instance, pregnancy, fictitious pregnancy, what happens with that, hold on, guys. A woman or hysterical pregnancy believes that she's pregnant and wants to become so pregnant that she starts to have all of the symptoms of pregnancy. I'm sorry. All of the symptoms of pregnancy. Now, a last one that's not really on here but we'll talk about is body BIDD, body identity integrity disorder. Okay, and this is that amputeeism disorder that we'll talk about in class. Okay, but again, the big thing to remember with somatoform disorders is it's the mind produces some kind of a physical reaction when there's nothing physically wrong.